we were happy to be able to build Creekside Village here back in 2008. The need for affordable housing was just as great then as it is now, and you know, we're very fortunate to be here in Brunswick, where they really appreciate the need for housing like this, and we're willing to work with us. We certainly had some issues with the density and the setbacks because we got Mere Creek back there, but you know, I found it was really great to be able to work with the town because they knew and accepted that we really needed to have this type of housing built.
How did the application process work? How many people from the community came out and applied? You know, I'm going to say day one, within the first couple of days.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I recall, but we had no issues leasing this building up. I mean, it's such a beautiful building. It's in a great location right by Mere Creek here.
In some cases, I remember when I was at Maine Housing, people would tell us that they had 100 applicants day one.
Yeah.
And that's because the need is so great, and especially for senior housing, people want to be stable.
Yeah.
They want to have a roof over their head, so that they, you know, can thrive in their old age and know what their finances are going to be.
Again, we had no issues leasing this up. I think what's also great is you have a lot of people in the community that were looking for places for their parents to live because they wanted them to be nearby, which really speaks to the area. I've always found Brunswick to be a really great area to be in because you're close to Augusta, you're close to Portland, you're close to the ocean. You're not that far away from the mountains.
Yeah,
and
you got a vibrant downtown.
Yeah,
you've got things
that important.
You got things that happen on the mall, and you know, anything from Tuesday or Wednesday night entertainment to
and our residents like that, and
sure.
And the community also now has the bus service, which comes here to Creekside Village, and you know, that's really important for a lot of our seniors now who've lost their ability to drive, and the fact that the town supports that and has encouraged that and helped maintain that really again speaks volumes to the community that we live in. Brunswick's facing the same challenges that all the communities have in trying to find, you know, affordable housing for everyone. And you know, and you know, you and I both serve on the housing committee. We understand the need, and the town has recognized that too. That's why they formed the housing committee. So I think we're going to make some great strides in trying to identify some solutions that we can do locally. But we're still going to need the involvement of the state, the federal government. It's not one group can really solve this issue. But again, you know, we're looking at, you know, where can we build more housing? What type of housing should be built? I mean, the staff has been great to work with. I've done a lot of projects in Brunswick, and the first thing I do is pick up the phone and call the staff, and you know, they're always there, responsive. We're working on a project right now that has some challenges, and they're giving us, you know, ideas and solutions that will hopefully achieve an outcome that we need. And
I think one of the things that I was appreciative of the other night in the meeting, and it can get a little frustrating because there's 15 people around the table, everybody's got their own idea.
Opinion,
But I think it was between you and Sally, the remark about we need all kinds of housing.
Yeah.
We need the high end, we need the lower end, the more affordable end, so that people have choices and can kind of go through the continuum of housing.
Yeah.
You know, we moved here I'll call it downsizing. Other people call it right-sizing, only because we were in a big house on several acres of land. Mowing the lawn took, you know, half a Saturday to do it, and so just trying to get our lives in order and try to make, you know, enjoy more. We downsized to Brunswick into a community that's called a planned unit development. So we actually still own the building and a little piece of land around it, but everything else is in an association. So
they maintain it for you.
They maintain it, they plow, you know, and it really works out well. And the other night we had a little gathering for Cinco de Mayo. You know, so you have these little social things going on, but it was important for us because I think we wanted to prepare ourselves for the future. Both of us have gone through family issues where, you know, our parents didn't do that. And
you struggled.
It fell to us as children.
So you struggled.
to kind of help them make those decisions, and that wasn't always easy.
No, when you can't force someone to move from the only home that they've known. But no, I think it speaks to the fact that we want to have housing here that meets people's lifestyles. And,
I agree.
And you know, when we bought our house, my wife and I, we had 3 children. It was perfect because you had a nice yard. They go out and play. But you know, now we're getting to that point where we don't need that. So again, the community here in Brunswick is looking to find ways to expand those opportunities to find housing for people's needs and their lifestyles. It's challenging, but I think we have the means. We have a great community. We have good people here that are very, very interested in this issue. I'm always heartened to see people come out and talk about the need for more affordable housing and workforce housing and senior housing.
Brunswick has an exciting time right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the housing committee is up and running. The comprehensive plan, which actually is going to take a look at everything across the community and figure out how it all should be integrated.
Yep.
And I think those things are important, and it's important for people in the community to be involved and to give feedback.
Yep.
We certainly have gotten feedback on the housing committee.
Yeah, we have.
Because again, not everything is crystal clear.
Yep.
But at the same time, we know that there's a whole population out here that just covers the age spectrum from young adults just getting out of college, let's say, or even out of high school that need to enter the workforce, all the way to the folks that are handing over the reins to those younger folks and retiring and moving to places like Creekside.
Yep. I think the benefit of living in a community like Brunswick too, we have people that aren't afraid to try things differently. I mean, we talked about downsizing, the need for different types of housing, and we're trying to come up with some solutions, but we have to recognize not everybody's going to be happy with those solutions. For example, we need to do more housing in the growth zones. Well, people that currently live in the growth zones might feel that's not the way to go.
That's right.
But when you look at the benefits to the community, you can't be expanding, school bus drives and extending services, water, sewer, out to the rural areas because it's very expensive to maintain that and your taxes go up. So it makes sense to build in the growth zone areas. But there's a way that can be done tactfully, safely, and I think we've got to try to come up with those solutions. We have to recognize that some of those solutions aren't going to be, accepted by some people. So we can't please everyone. But I think the ability to try new things, tweak things, as you pointed out earlier, is really what's going to help us move things forward. So,
can a moratorium be a bad thing because it goes too long and nothing happens during that time frame? But I think one of the benefits of here in Brunswick is that everybody made the best use of that time to try to figure out what the next steps are.
What we want, what we need.
And I applaud the community for that. One of the things that I would like to bring up is the fact that the demand, since I joined the Housing Authority Board, a year or so ago now?
2 years now,
I'm impressed with obviously the staff, but also the need for the growth. The demands on the Housing Authority and the staff obviously has increased even in this short period of time. To the point where I know it's important for you to be able to expand the office space and to add more housing, what used to be public housing, to more voucher type housing, to kind of meet the needs as best we can. It still won't be enough.
No, we'll never meet the need, but we have to keep trying to move the goalposts.
And so I think it's important that, and especially maintaining it in the present footprint off of Stone Street and is extremely important. And I think a great idea that obviously you've been working on for a while.
No, you're right. And as a board member, you understand that we are growing, and growth means we need more staff to manage that, and staff needs more space. I know some people, they're working from home these days, which makes a lot of sense in some industries, but we're an industry where you need boots on the ground. I mean, our maintenance people can't work from home, and our office people have to meet face-to-face with clients and show people apartments, and when we're dealing with landlord-tenant issues. So, I look forward to working with the town to work with us to meet that growing need for new office space. And the nice thing about it is we'll take the old office space and we'll make more housing out of it, which again is what we need. So
exactly. So I think that, again, that's one of the things I'm impressed with, the progressiveness of Brunswick housing and how you guys are moving forward with plans like that, and that you basically have good relationships with the town. I've both in my job as a local housing director and as the director of the State Housing Authority, we didn't always see that.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't know, local housing authorities don't always have good communication and good will between them and the communities that they serve.
And I really credit Brunswick for that, because Brunswick, again, was the one that created the local housing authority. They wanted it to be here to meet these needs, and we work together. We don't fight each other. And again, the staff have always been very welcoming. When you had issues, ideas, they'd listen to you, talk to you. You know, I know if I have to talk to the town manager, I can call John up and he's going to answer the phone. Same thing in economic development, the planning staff. It's been really a good relationship, and I think that's benefited the people that lived here in town, because you want to be dealing with these issues, and you're not getting anything done if you're just fighting against each other.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.